has been a larger number of underserved and underprepared students entering college. They then find themselves lacking some of the basic academic skills necessary for success. And despite the proliferation of developmental courses and academic support services, retention and graduation rates among these at-risk students have remained flat. Nor have our campus climates served all of our students well. Students of color entering classes in buildings named after 18th and 19th century slaveholders, for example, can testify to the prevalence of racial prejudice and microaggressions on most of our campuses. The alarming data on campus sexual harassment and assault demonstrates that for women, higher education is often not a safe space. A recent spike in the number of hate incidents on campuses underscores how even such a basic act as going to college is actually a threat for some of our students, who see more concern from their administrators for the right of neo-Nazis and white supremacists to have a campus platform than for their safety and well-being. For today's students, the road to a college degree is fraught with uncertainty, obstacles, risk, and anxiety. For many of them, higher education is a protracted exercise more akin to siege warfare than a journey of development and discovery. This is probably not the way you expected a book on radical hope to begin. This litany of problems and obstacles both faculty and students face on a daily basis seems designed to instill despair, not hope. Indeed, a weary cynicism is both an eminently understandable and frequent response to these conditions. But jaded detachment, tempting as it may be for no other reason than self-defense, is ultimately a trap, one into which we'll drag students along with us if we fall. We've all encountered the grumpy, cynical faculty colleague who ceaselessly complains about their students, the institution, and likely many of their colleagues as well. The kids can't write a coherent sentence. They don't study. They're on their phones all class period. The administration doesn't give a damn about us. If we have one more useless department meeting, I swear I'll go insane. Often, but not always, this colleague's cynicism is born out of decades of frustration, as the gulf between their sense of vocation and their perceptions of the institutional environment has become impassable. I don't think any of us start our careers teaching in higher education with this bitter sense of betrayal and impotence. Even if we've been battered by the vicissitudes of graduate education and the academic job market, we still want to enter our classrooms and make a difference for our students. The question becomes then, how do we avoid ending up in a place where we don't believe that what we do matters, and where we surrender to cynical detachment? I propose that we answer cynicism with purpose, despair with hope. Hope is a pretty elastic term, though, and it often becomes a hollow platitude that substitutes itself for the actual work of change. I have hope in the future, the thinking goes, so I just need to survive the present. This too shall pass. But hope without action is merely fantasy. For those of us committed to changing higher education for the better, to making a genuine difference in our classrooms and on our campuses, a commitment to radical hope offers the chance to do so in a clear-eyed and sustainable manner without succumbing to hostile resignation or burned-out despair. As Jonathan Lear puts it, what makes hope radical is that it is directed toward a future goodness that transcends the current ability to understand what it is. Radical hope anticipates a good for which those who have the hope, as yet, lack the appropriate concepts with which to understand it. To operate from a place of radical hope, though, is a daunting prospect. It requires us to discern ways of being and acting that are far from clear.